Alright, welcome to episode 2 of the Jaxcast. So it's still a little surreal that I'm doing this, but yeah. Today I'm doing a KSS themed episode. KSS is the school I go to, KSS is Kelowna Secondary, etc. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about, I'll start off with clubs, then just talk about a little bit of the activities that go on during like assemblies and stuff like that, a little bit of yearbook, and a little bit about the not really class president system, but a bit more. I still can't remember what they're called. I'm writing this down. I have the notes all down here. I can't remember what the heck it's. I can't remember what the heck it's called. But either way, so at our school we have like we don't have a lot of clubs, but we do have some. We do have say like. Ignore that. We have archery. We have, I think there's a magic club. We have, I think, chess. There's debate. There's all sorts of different things, but none of them ever really. No one ever really talks about them. They're there, sure, but you'd have to look for them to find them. Occasionally, something will come on the announcements. Occasionally, there'll be a little bit of, oh, hey, did you hear that whatever did this? But there's never really any. Like, no one's ever talking about them. And I think it's interesting because you'd think that, I don't know if people are just keeping to their groups or if I'm just keeping to the wrong people to know about it, but I wouldn't even known that there was a debate club if it wasn't for the fact that a couple of the guys I know are in it. And they don't even bring it up that often. I don't know if they go on trips or anything. I don't know, like, what they do, what their thing is, but there's a lot of different components that go into making a club, and it's too bad that so many of them are so underappreciated. I really wish that just more people would know about them, more people would be more interested in clubs. I know that clubs are like stereotypically like, ooh, that's a nerd thing, I don't want to do that. But try it out. Honestly, try it out. If you guys, I don't know if you guys go I don't know if you guys are in school right now. I don't know what the deal is with you guys. If you're in grade 10, 11, 12, younger, older, doesn't matter. But if you get the chance to try out a club, try out, even if you're out of school, try out, go out there, do something, find something to do, and just try it out. Hell, there's no real reason not to. I mean, hey, go for it. All right. Yeah. There's another little bit is that like, so here we have this thing called leadership, and the students in leadership are, from my perspective, it looks like they're doing not a whole lot, and getting basically free marks. I know that there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of they set up all the assemblies, they do all that stuff, but I don't know. I have respect for them. I don't get me wrong there, but it's just that I don't not like the. I have a bit of a bias against the leadership. I have a bit of a bias against the leadership kids. I know a good few of them this year, and I know I tried out leadership last year, and it wasn't for me. It's a very interesting climate in there. It's a lot of people who are already in a friend group. It's really similar to, say, like, if you and your friends set up a club kind of thing, or the kind of people who will go with all of their friends into all of the same classes and they'll try and get that all organized. But it's all the kind of person where it's like they're really, really outgoing people. They're really forward-facing, like not quite confrontational, but like borderline confrontational. And just for me, I find it really difficult to be around people like that, just because I'm more like, I don't want to sound, yeah, no, I'm just I'm a bit more of a reserved person, but I can see the appeal to it. You get to be involved in all sorts of school activities. You get to be involved in all sorts of group activities. You get basically a pretty easy A. I didn't say that though. And yeah. Now, assembly activities. You know how, the leadership kids, they set up assemblies. But at these assemblies, we have like mini activities that they set up. I don't know if they're necessarily, say, like, out of touch, because, I mean, they're kids too. But it's so weirdly pandering that I don't even know what to make of them. I'm not all high and mighty, like, snobby about assembly activities of all things, but it's just, it gets on my nerves a little bit. It's like, take was it the last assembly? I don't even know, but they brought out a wheelbarrow full of candy, and they just kind of wheeled it around, throwing candy into the crowd kind of thing, just, trying to get the crowd riled up. But like all the I don't want to say quote unquote popular kids, but like all the people you'd see and you'd hear about kind of thing, the people that everybody knows, they were all on the one side of the gym, and that wheelbarrow did not even come to the other side of the gym. It stayed there. I don't know if it was because they misjudged the amount of candy or what the heck was going on, but it was a little bit strange. Another class's yearbook. There's a lot of, like, the yearbook is made by a certain class, and that's better. That's way better than just one person. But it's really hard not to show some form of bias when you're making something like that. And the yearbook ends up getting filled with, like, of course it's mandatory to include some things, but it's all just people's friends. And that's great. That's awesome. I have nothing against that. But I feel like there should be some form of representation for the kids who maybe aren't the face of a club or aren't the whatever. And I know that maybe people don't care to put them in yearbook because, well, who knows them or who whatever. But it's really important that stuff like that happens. And that segues nicely into another little bit here. Well, it doesn't really segue at all, but that's a segue. So, homework. That's annoying. People don't like that. We still do it. Everybody still does it. Or maybe, hell, maybe you don't. I'm going to be 100%. A lot of the time, there's some things I don't get done. This isn't going in the podcast. Just give me, like, a minute. There's a lot of homework. There's a lot of it. It's not altogether hard, but it's a lot of work, and it takes a long time. If you don't understand one class, if you get overloaded in one semester, it might be a little bit harder to catch up. And it's not, they treat everyone equally, but they don't at the same time. Everyone has the same stuff, but you don't have the same stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not to the same level for everybody, and not everybody's at the same level, so that's good, but there's stresses put on people who know that they're not going to do so well, that they know they're not going to be able to finish it. And I wish that there was something I could do. I wish that there was something I could say that would help with that, but there's not really. It's basically just a fact of life. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world to deal with. It's not that big of a deal.